Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cody and you're watching Toops Time. I'm about to take you with me out to the barn and we're going to milk our girls this morning. And while we're out there, I'm going to give you an overview of what it is that we feed our girls and a little bit of a cost breakdown to show you how you can get a good milk production out of your cows without breaking the bank. So y'all stay tuned. Before we make it down to the milk barn, I would just like to say a few things about exactly why we do things the way we do here. Self-sustaining. Everything on our property we want to be as self-sustaining as possible so that it costs us less money to raise them and we have to spend less time out there with them being whatever animal it is I'm talking about at the time. For our cows, we try to make enough money off of their milk to pay for their feed. And by try, I mean we do. We make more than enough money off of their milk to pay for their feed and then some. Also, we make enough money off of their milk to even have funds available for things like random vet visits, you know? We're not trying to make a killing off of it, just enough to make it to where they don't cost us anything to be here on our property. If you're interested in more details about that, click that link up above and you can go to a video that we made on selling raw milk. That video outlines a pretty good cost breakdown, more detail than I'm going to go in today on what we make off of our milk and some tips and tricks and even challenges of selling raw milk. I said all that to say that we are very stingy on exactly what it is that we give our cows because we are trying to do this as low cost as possible, and in order to do that you have to have a little bit of a plan, and I'm about to show you what it is that we do out here on our homestead. So our cows essentially have three different food sources. One source that we call their snack, source number 2 is their supplementation, and source number 3 is their main food source. So let's get to them. The first one we'll talk about in not too much detail is grain. If you would notice, I buy grain in bags. I don't have enough cows and don't feed enough grain to make it worth it for me to deal with the hassle of buying a whole pallet of grain. There are 2 times a day that I give my cows grain. The morning time during milking, I give the cows that are in milk 3 scoops of grain, which is around 12 pounds each. I also give them grain in the evening time whenever it's time to separate the calves from the mamas. And I do have another video on that as well if you'd like to see that one. On our homestead, we use grain more like a treat than we do food. So we use it to call our girls in, we use it to get their attention, we use it to keep them calm in the stanchion, things like that. So we don't go through grain like crazy. We don't use tons and tons of grain. We actually, from that video that we made before, I started using even less grain because I'm finding that yes, it helps their milk production a little bit, but not enough for me to care that much. We have all Jersey cows, and Jerseys are known for their butterfat content and the creaminess of their milk, and they can take even just a grass diet and turn it into really good wholesome milk for you. So why mess that up? Why give them lots of grain and waste money whenever the only reason I'm raising these cows is for the milk? So what does it cost for the grain? Each one of these bags of grain, depending on whether they're on sale or not, are either $7.99 or $8.99 a bag. So whenever you take that and figure, now I'm probably only going through about 4 bags a week. So even if it's $9, just say it's even $10, $40 a week, and we're selling our milk for $6 a gallon. As you can imagine, I'm going to be selling way more than enough milk to pay for that grain every week. So if you are new to dairy, you may be wondering, why of all grains do I choose sweet feed? Well, throughout the year, you will notice that your girls' milk will change flavor depending on what it is that they're eating on in the pasture. So obviously, whenever you feed them a sweet feed, that sugar is going to go into the production of their milk as well, and it is going to make their milk come out creamier and sweeter than it would if you did not give them sweet feed and you just gave them standard grain. If I'm going to give them any type of grain at all, I'm going to make it improve the quality and taste of my milk. Now let's move on to a little bit of supplementation. So along with their grain in the morning, I also take a scoop of minerals and kind of lightly dust it on their food. That lasts a really long time, so I hardly even include that in my cost, but you're looking at something like $10 a bag for that, and I'm talking about last us like half a year, because I also leave a mineral block out, which is another $10, and that again lasts a really long time as well, because they don't just eat a mineral block, they lick on it, you know, a few times a day. And that mineral block just lasts and lasts and lasts, especially if you keep it under cover like I do, where the rain can't wash it away. On to their main food source, grass. Our cows are mostly grass fed, and being it's winter right now, their grass is becoming limited to things like this clover that you see around here, some random winter grasses, but mostly what they're eating right now is hay, and that is what actually costs money. So let's go ahead and talk about that. As far as hay goes, my girls are by no means spoiled, okay? So our girls eat whatever random native hay grasses are available. So my main two sources of hay comes from either my neighbor, which usually sells the hay to me, depending on the time of the year, about $25 for a round bale. Our main source of hay, however, comes from the in-laws. So my father-in-law actually purchased some baling equipment and bales his own hay, and he doesn't have tons of livestock right at the moment, so he has lots of leftover hay that he is more than willing to bless us with, and that has gotten us through last winter and will again get us through most of this winter. Not sure how long I'll be able to get hay from them, because they're planning on getting lots of cows themselves, but for right now I'm just going to enjoy the blessing and also enjoy the break in my pocketbook. So that's it, guys and gals. That's what we feed our cows. We get plenty of milk from them, and we also calf share. I am plugging the mess out of this video. We have another video on calf sharing, and if you know anything about calf sharing, you do get less milk because you're only milking once a day and you're sharing milk with the calf the other half of the day. And even with calf sharing, we are getting quite a bit of milk from our cows. I do have one sneaky cow that we're about to have to get rid of because we just found out that she was sneaking milk. But that's a video for another day. I hope if you're just now getting into your family milk cow journey that this video is helpful. If you already have a family milk cow, maybe you've been spending too much money on grain thinking that's the only way that you can get milk out of your cows. It's not true. It's not true one bit. So I hope this video helped you out as well. If you guys like this video, please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and please, you guys, share this video. It helps us out a whole lot. God bless you.